Hello everyone, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 5th edition, and welcome back to this predicament that we are in. There is some 10 foes for us to get through with just the 4 of us. We do not have the ability to call in Lump and his Warhorn. We've spent that already. Or we killed them and stole the crown for Astarion. So now we have to try and figure out what we're going to do with so many of them and so few of us. It's going to be a case where I'm not going to be afraid to use every resource that we have right now. And one of those resources is this lava. Inflicts 10d6 fire damage per round. So what we're going to want to do, wherever possible, is be thunder waving folks into it. So, thunder wave. From here, we can hit those two. But we want better trajectories, really, from where we are stood. So we're going to have to take a step, which means risking an attack of opportunity. We can't bonus action disengage. We only have bonus action dash on our click heals because we are not a rogue. But this seems worth it if we can take out 2 of them with 1 spell. Oh, we got away. Maybe one of our things prevents attacks of opportunities against us. But this shows the 2 lines going way down there into the pits, so let's see how this goes. Alright, 1 down. We have a bonus action. I think a reflective shell is going to be great. I also entirely forgot to increase their armor class for this fight, and I'm dumb. And then Astarion gets a turn.
There's blood in the air.
Right, we could take a... Do we have one? We could take a potion of Heal Giant Strength, but that is a bonus action, and shoving is also a bonus action rather than an attack action main action, which is a bit of a shame. We do have arrows of Roaring Thunder. When knocked, this arrow vibrates, emits a faint, distinctive note, chance to push targets back. Is there any target that we could push back into lava from here? I guess the only way to find out is to see if we get... Yeah, if we shot that there, or there, we could knock someone back. They make the save, unfortunately. We can still bonus action offhand attack this person. We miss. Gale is done with his turn. We make a save against Mind Mastery. Hunter's Mark on Gale. They shoot Gale, it's deflected on a critical miss. Mind Mastery on Shadowheart, she succeeds the save. They apply basic poison to their weapon. Corsair Greymon jumps. We drop our weapon, which is really lame. Shattered. Imbued with the gnawing exhaustion of endless labor, Receives an additional 1d4 piercing damage when they're struck by Warpick Deep Delver. Dissonant Whispers. Shadowheart is frightened. Right, Akidis is up. Akidis does also have potions of Hill Giant's strength. But again, if we drink it, we spend our bonus action, so we'd have to wait until next turn to try and actually do anything with it. Don't seem to have any other arrows of Roaring Thunder, which is a bit lame. Ah, but you know what we do have? You know what we do have, I think? Void Bulbs. Right, so this is not going to get Shadowheart, but it will get the 3 of them. Alright, I'll try that again, please. Oh my god. Yes. So they're still on this surface, but they are melting, and melting is 10d6 fire damage per turn. Don't know if that's start of turn or end of turn. We'll find out as soon as Sergeant Thrin goes to take their turn. But then we can also take... Oh, do we have any large healing potions? We don't, because I don't distribute my inventory well enough. Right, they die at the start of their turn. Shadowheart is frightened, manages to miss an attack against her. We're back to Gale. Right. Something very important to remember in this moment. If we go to Gale's character sheet. Gale is a wizard, but he has the sculpt spells. Create pockets of safety within your evocation spells. Allies automatically succeed their saving throws and take no damage from these spells. So in this spot here, Gale can take a small step to about there. This orb is just hanging around. Take a small step to about here. Then Thunderwave again. And you'll see that Astarion doesn't get an arrow because he's not going to be impacted by this spell. Right, they die in the fires. So we're evening up the numbers pretty well. Bonus actions for him, nothing to do, no potions to worry about taking. We have movement if we want it. Unfortunately, the rest of our foes aren't really near the lava's edge. There's this guy, so we can kind of move ourselves over to here. Then we're back up. Have we dropped our bow around here, or was it a dagger? It was a dagger, or a... oh, you know what it will be? It will have been a dagger or a pair of daggers or something. Possibly a +1/1, but I bet Gale just yeeted it off into... Oh no, there's the Sword of First Blood. And they think it's stealing to take it, which is really bizarre. Glad that didn't get thunder waved down into the depths, though. Right, so we have our whole turn. I could try and run over to here and hide, but I'd worry that we would get shoved off later as well. but I don't think there's going to be any other way we could particularly get a sneak attack, but perhaps we don't need it if we have Chromatic Orb available to us for some damage. Who do we want to hit, though? 31 HP, 25 HP, 36, 25, and a novice up there. I'm going to try for one of these guys with 25 HP. They seem like they could be problematic with their brain-altering stuff. And we missed. Right. We'll move in a touch. End our turn. Mind Strike. We are Mind Struck. Disadvantage on Wisdom saves. Gale gets hit for 11 and they arm their weapon with poison after the fact. Shadowheart is Mind Struck as well. Someone now has Weak Grip. Enemy's hands with non-lethal attack to deal something.
You should never have come here.
This guy managed to not die, but he did not get out of the fire, which is an interesting choice. Akiris is up, very injured, currently shattered, 1d4 extra damage from the Warpick Deep Delver, and Weak Grip. Removed if an ally helps this creature, has disadvantage on attack rolls and strength saving throws. Okay, well, I think the very first thing we're going to do is take a potion of healing. Then everyone's getting further away from the fight, aren't they? Do I want to twin cast something, or do I want to do something else? I could probably throw another Void Bulb. I don't know if that guy's going to move and then take damage again. If I throw this one here, that guy might fall in. Yeah, they're having further issues.
Can't give up. Not now.
Shadowheart. Right, we could spend a turn healing somebody. This is a bonus action. Infuse a creature with Psionic Force. If it reduces to 0 hit points, it regains 3d4 points instead of falling unconscious. Might be one for Akiris or Gale, that. Let's put it on Akiris. He currently has the lower health.
Another fight. Let's go.
What's this current condition that we have? Oh, disadvantage on the wisdom saves, yes. Right, now we have a main action, and we can cast a spell because this is not a spell. So I think a high-level guiding bolt is probably in order. If we hit the guy with 25 HP, Astarion might be able to finish them off in a moment. Or we could miss, you know, as you do. Right, back to the top. Gale is up. I think they're going to die by melting very soon. The only problem with this might be that if they have any particularly important loot, that could become a problem. But over here, I think the Cloud of Daggers to go off at the end of this turn and the start of the next, or their next turn, is going to be good. And a bonus action healing potion for Gale. Then Astarion is up. We still have our bow on our person. We also have our spells available to us. No need for any kind of shoving at the moment. 15 HP. Probably help out with that. So they should die as soon as the Cloud of Daggers starts on their turn.
Dice roll in my favor.
They do, getting attacked from up high. We get hit for 15, but we maintain concentration on our spells. They go invisible. They will have attack advantage on their next attack against a creature that can't see them. Achilles stays alive with Survival Instinct, which was part of why we did that. They have died over there. So we're down to just 2, an invisible creature and the one sniping us from up above. We have not set our strength to be higher yet, have we? We're not under the effects of that particular potion. Because I'd love to pull or shove this guy down, but it's not really a power we have. But we have amazingly have not used yet a spell slot. So, with that in mind, a second level one of these, 36%, we will give ourselves advantage on this attack roll then. They get hit. Wild magic. The spells of first level and higher heal all creatures in 10 feet. Your spells of level 1 and higher heal all creatures in a 10-foot radius for 1d4 hit points per spell slot level. Interesting. That's going on for 5 turns. Well, we can't cast a spell right now because we cast a spell with our action. We can't cast another spell with our bonus action. The hit we did, though, was for like 28 damage, which is huge. 28 on 48. 8, 16, 24. Yeah, that was very large. So that's going to be all for here. But then Shadowheart is up. That's done over here. There's an invisible person somewhere we cannot see. But I think we can try this, and if this fails, we can just do a magic missile in a moment with Gale. Or, in fact, we could try and induce a save because we don't have any penalty from being lower when trying to induce a save. That went perfectly. So there's just one invisible person around somewhere. You don't get too close to that cloud of daggers. In fact, we will just stop concentrating on it. I don't think it's going to do us any good. The Searing Eye is broken. It must have gone through nearby there. So somewhere around here there is an invisible person. I don't think we have any way of telling where, though. We could cast a cloud of daggers somewhere in the vicinity and hope. But I think we will just take a regular potion for now. And why not cast some grease in that area. On the off chance they have to run through it, they'll fall. Astarian. There's a dog barking outside and I'm acutely aware of it. Excuse me. Astarian. Tasha's Hideous Laughter needs a person. Sleep. 25 hit points. This is 24 hit points worth of stuff, so that's going to do no good. We hit the bag and the tank. Alright, they're over there, which should not deal too much of a problem for us. Your spells of first level and higher heal all creatures on a 10-foot radius. Is that of the place where the spell hits or within me? Because if that's within me now, that's great. So I guess there's only one way to find out. Okay, the healing is over where that does. Wild Magic Surge. Until the end of your next turn, each spell you cast restores sorcery points equal to the spell's level. Alright, we got all kinds of wild magic going on. We have a bonus action. Bonus action is going to be a healing potion. Then Shadowheart is up.
Can't afford to let up.
We can move this far. Don't slip. Thank you. So then we can inflict wounds at 2nd level. This is 4d10 damage. And that must have been, yeah, that was a crit for 59 damage. Right, none of us are right in immediate danger. Are the goblins going to have a word with us? Should we have a word with them?
Well, you did it. I shouldn't be surprised, considering our history. And yet...
You don't sound so surprised.
nothing good happens in the Underdark. I don't know if you've heard, but some of the Iron Hand gnomes, my friend Wulbren among them, have been taken prisoner in Moonrise Towers. And so, to Moonrise Towers I go.
I think that was my door. One sec. No one at my door. First things first, you look exhausted. You should rest at my camp. I believe I'm destined for the Towers of Well. I'll look for your friends. Farewell, Brachus. I wish you luck. Realistically, you're probably dead already. Iron Hand gnomes, haven't heard of them. Iron Hand gnomes, recognize the name. They fight for gnomish recognition in the city, right? Go to camp.
Certainly not. In case you haven't been paying attention, my friend has been taken captive. He needs me.
I suspect I'll be rescuing a third time then.
Ha! I was unlucky twice. The odds of it happening again are very slim. Then again, a small rest might be prudent. Give me time to think. Fine. Show me where to go, and I'll try my luck. I'll have a better chance of rescuing Wulbren if I'm at my best. And, thank you.
What I don't currently know is if Moonrise Tower is in the content now, or whether that's a different place than the Grimforge that we can't currently get to. But what we can do right now,
Touch me.
very first thing before I forget, I would like my Sword of First Blood back. Okay. Then, shall we see if these other gnomes are okay?
At least some of us are safe. Praise Iron Hand.
If only there were more blessings to count.
But do you have stuff to trade? You don't. Alright. Okay, it seems like those folks are just going to hang around for a hot minute.
Did they?
Let's see if we can loot this person without having to get in the surface.
Could have been you. I can't bear to think about.
The decaying corpse lies before you.
Ah, we don't have the strength anymore. Have some... Oh, we still have potions of Hildra and strength. But it's only DC 10, so just have some guidance. Yeah, we're fine. Nice that you get the option for the potions, though.
The head breaks off cleanly from the drow's body.
Lovely. What about loot?
Peldron, are you alright?
1300 gold is huge. A +1 dagger. We saw that when we were attempting to trade with him through the rubble. Sword of Screams, rare martial melee weapon, a blade of flawless craft. As it parts the air, you fancy you can hear a faint whispering shriek. Flourish, piercing strike, weakening strike. Simple robes, a ring, a broken moon lantern. Might be what we need to get to places far beyond. A silver necklace. And disintegrating night walkers, very rare boots. Darker than a starless night, night walkers are made for secrecy. Created in the honor of Shah, they allow the wearer to move quickly and unobtrusively without emanating any sort of magical aura. This particular pair belonged to an overly confident Dark Justicar who perished long ago while raiding the village of Moonhaven. Though the boots are slowly falling apart, a trace of their original enchantment remains. Story item, level 2 Misty Step, Nightwalker, can't be enwebbed, entangled or ensnared and can't slip on grease or ice. And we'll leave the simple robes.
Powerful magic at that.
An object catches your eye. A lantern, it seems, though no light flickers within.
Is this the moon lantern?
A thick layer of dust coats the bottom of the lantern.
Broken. So much for protection from the shadow curse.
Oh, well, we've got our headband of intellect, extra intelligence. And as ever, we'll take some guidance on that.
You see no burner or wick. It was not fuel that lit this lamp, but magic.
Take an Arcana check as well.
This is pixie dust, used to illuminate a lamp. Or left behind after a pixie's death.
Interesting. Okay. Any last looting we can actually get away with? Poison. Lingden Stone Blush. Healing Potion. Deep Delver. Ringmail Armor, Shield, Elder's Journal, and some food. Right. We'll take what other corpses we can, although I imagine some of them were pushed out of reach.
Let's hope for gold.
As long as we don't climb in. A supply pack, a leather armor, a +1 great club. Some of this stuff is stuff that I would sell if we could, but we still have not found a trader down here. I think there's a corpse down there somewhere, but they're long lost. And there were a couple of others
Way to the nearest library.
over on this side that we killed with our cloud of daggers.
Color me curious.
No idea if everybody else is going to see us as a threat in this place now. Heavy chest. Locked. Traveler's chest. Just some weapons. Astarion, if you would please do your thing over here.
A crooked touch.
Not a difficult one.
Wait. Is that a bruise there?
It's nothing, I see.
Gold jewellery.
I'm your husband.
And a deed of ownership. Let it be known from the Fard Rim to the Firelands, from Moondiver to the Sprawling Deep, the Ironhand gnomes with the blessings of the Shield of the Golden Hills declare possession of the tunnels, open spaces, peoples and contents of Underdark territory beneath the Western Heartlands. Ignore this deed under penalty of imprisonment or death. Approved and signed, Wulbren Bongal. Don't know if that will be pertinent later. Slaver's Inventory. Where's that?
We're near.
Picking up far too much stuff. Oh, it's a document. The book's first page proclaims in bold text, Property Sergeant Thrin hands off, name, location, status, and the list of people. And then many other boxes of standard supplies and such. We'll talk to these two, see if they have any other things to say. If they want their freedom or anything.
No one's stopped me yet.
Go with our charisma folk for this. Apparently... Oh, Astarion's chatting.
No, I'm all right. Did the sergeant hurt you?
You look great.
We're together now, thank Ironhand.
We ought to thank someone a little closer by, I think. Ungrateful? Don't mistake me. But why help us? You're one of them, aren't you?
It would seem not.
You did just lift a mountain from our heads, so good enough for me, I reckon. Here. The Ironhand gnomes honor their debts. With Wulbren gone, that falls to me.
Wulbren's been taken to Moonrise Towers, I hear.
Aye. The cult kept us for slave hands, but Wulbren was our leader. He knows things. Things the cult would like to know too, it seems.
The rune powder?
How did you... Well, you're a sharp one. Most still believe it's a fairy tale. I know I did, once. But not Wulbren. He bloody found it. A small cache buried down here with a manuscript. He just made sense of the formula when the cult jumped us, so he burned the damn thing. If there's a single copy left, it's sitting in his head. Those absolutists pull it out and make rune powder, they could flatten the whole of the Sword Coast.
Then we'll have to free him first.
You really would, wouldn't you? But not us. My people can barely stand, and we have business back in the city. That business is what sent us after the powder to begin with. Now, we'll have to make other arrangements.
Right. If my path takes me to Moonrise, I'll see about freeing them.
He'd admire your resolve and your optimism.
And your eyeball.
My people will find somewhere to regroup across the lake, then onto the city. If you find yourself in Baldur's Gate, seek us out. We'll raise a glass to Wulbren together.
Alright, so they're going off then. There's stuff going on inside the broken tunnel. There's 2 more combatants that we fought here. One at the top of the ladder, one at the bottom.
It could have been you.
A whipping cane, dark ring and gold. That sends someone who isn't quite so encumbered up the ladder.
That's what matters.
Considering the intensity of what that fight could have been, we got out of it without too many spell slots or HP lost. Give that to Astarion. The rest we can pretty much leave.
You're covered in dust.
Oh, there's that scroll of web that we were unable to collect previously on our laps through here.
Time to
Right.
press ahead.
We'll find somewhere safe to stand for a moment, and then we will call that a day. Let's just check there isn't anything inside this scrying eye of note. There is not.
At the river scrying eye, or whatever's left of it.
Alright then. What a great success that was. Join me next time. We will continue to poke around these parts. We'll do some inventory management and see what else is going on down the destroyed tunnel. Otherwise, it just leaves me to say thank you ever so much for watching. If you're enjoying this series, please do consider subscribing or hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.